Hello and welcome. This is a Bard up to level 30 guide. This is Shadowbringers 5.0. So let's start this off with our Heavy Shot at level 1. Delivers an attack potency of 180. This is instant cast with a weapon skill glove cooldown. And it's pretty straightforward. You see a target, you shoot this, and you spam this guy. At level 2 we get Straight Shot with a trait as well, with a Heavy Shot adds to the Heavy Shot a 20% chance that you will become Straight Shot ready, duration of 10 seconds. Anytime you apply your Heavy Shot, you're going to get a 20% chance that your Straight Shot will actually light up, if I can get the shot correctly. Now my Straight Shot is upgraded. There we go, Straight Shot ready. Anytime you see that Straight Shot light up, mine is different from yours, just go ahead and press that. Level 4 we get Raging Strikes, increases damage dealt by 10%, duration of 20 seconds, with an instant cast and 80-second off global cooldown. This is a damage multiplier. Anytime you're doing damage, you want to have this guy on. Anytime you're doing damage. Level 6 we get Venomous Bite. This guy will deal 100 potency on first target hit. It is a weapon skill with an instant cast with a global cooldown. Now after that they will be struck with venom, and they will take 40 potency every 3 seconds for a total of 10 times, totaling out 400 plus 100 potency. That's a total of 500 potency on this weapon skill. At level 12 we get Bloodletter, delivers an attack with a potency of 150, shares a recast timer along with Rain of Death, which we'll get much later on. It is instant cast with 15-second off global cooldown. Anytime you get the chance to pop this guy, go ahead and pop it after you've done your damage multipliers. At level 15 we get Repelling Shot, jump 10 yalms away from the current target, instant cast with 30-second off global cooldown. If you're stunned, silenced, etc., you're not going to be able to use this, and honestly it's kind of useless until you get to the higher level where it is kind of suitable, but for now this is a Repelling Shot, so it kind of lunges you backwards quite a bit from your target. At level 18 we get Quick Nock, delivers an attack with a potency of 150 to all enemies in a cone before you. Now this cone is ridiculously large. With a weapon skill global cooldown, it is instant cast. Notice how the level 80 striking dummy is all the way over there. Now obviously I'm level 70 right now, with these level 70 striking dummy on the left side. Now notice I'm shooting it off from here. It's quite a long distance, yet I'm able to still hit the level 80, well technically hit, quote unquote. The cone is very large. There's really no need for you to be this far away. Obviously you can be this close and still hit it. Anyway, you'll be using this guy with 2 or more targets. At level 30 we finally get Windbite. Deals a wind damage potency of 60, additional effect wind damage over time, potency of 50, duration of 30 seconds. So that's 10 times 50, 500 potency, 560 total potency with this weapon skill. It is instant cast with a weapon skill global cooldown. And finishing off the Bard up to level 30 guide, we get Mage's Ballad at a job skill unlock. Deals unexpected damage with a potency of 100. Additional effect grants Mage's Ballad, duration of 30 seconds. Now the effects of Mage's Ballad is it basically resets the recast timer of both your Bloodletter and your Rain of Death, which you'll get much later on. As long as you have a critical hit from one of your dots, meaning either your Venomous Bite or from your Windbite. Now once you've applied both dots on a single target, you can actually do multiple targets. 2 dots on, let's say, 3 targets if you want. I obviously can't use mine because they're different. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. But the best way to use this is you go ahead and apply both your dots to as many targets as possible if you want to get the most out of this guy, and then you go ahead and pop your Mage's Ballad. From here you're going to use your Bloodletter on pretty much any target you're able to, and there's going to be a small chance that one of your dots will actually reset the timer on the Bloodletter. Notice how I have them up here is because I want to click these guys while I actually do my weapon skills on my keyboard, because later on you're going to actually be spamming these guys quite often. Probably spam them every once in half a second. So we're here as a Bard, level 30 dungeon 32. So right off the bat, we're just going to put dots on targets. Just put dots on targets, and once we have dots on at least one target, both dots I mean, both your Windbite and your Venomous Bite, we're going to pop our Raging Strikes. You can go ahead and use this guy immediately once you've entered combat, and then we're going to use your Mage's Ballad. So the first priority is, of course, damage. Pop that Raging Strikes, put dots on one target, and then pop that Bloodletter into your Mage's Ballad. Now you're going to watch that Bloodletter. Once you've got dots on everything, just start doing your AoE rotation and watch the Bloodletter. Down to a single target, so let's switch rotations. Watch that Bloodletter. Obviously, if the fight drags on too long, just go ahead and tab target or swap enemy through your enemy list and reapply dots to the enemies. Put that Bloodletter on cooldown if you're using Mage's Ballad. Let's put it on cooldown again. And now let's get up close since we put dots on 3 targets. Let's click that Bloodletter while we're doing our AoE rotation. Remember, anytime you have 2 or more targets, just pop your quick knock. Good stuff. So since your songs no longer proc a critical buff on the entire group around you, you can go ahead and just pop it anytime you feel like you have enough dots on targets to maximize the amount of procs you can get from it. Honestly, just put dots on one target, both dots, and that should be good enough for you to do your songs. So here I'm going to do my Raging Strikes. I'm going to start putting dots. Get that Bloodletter on cooldown. And just start doing dots on as many targets as you're able to. 3 being the minimum if you have more than 3 targets. And then after that, just start doing your AoE rotation, your quick knock. Oh, let me get out of that. So the boss fights are a lot simpler in a way. The best thing I can tell you guys is just to position safely pretty close to your healer. You don't want to go too far out. Anytime that Raging Strikes becomes available again, just go ahead and pop it. I have a straight shot proc. Go ahead and take that out as well. And just maintain dots on the boss. Right around when dots get around 4 to 5 seconds, you can go ahead and start reapplying the dots again. So around here, my Windbite is about to hit that 4 or 5 second mark. I'm just going to reapply the dots. Both of them, mind you. Let's take care of this. Remember, your dots do a lot more damage than you think. Just go ahead and reapply dots to pretty much any new target. Unless it dies really quickly. And you're just basically watching cooldowns while your dots are up. Let's get that Mage's Ballad. So remember, put that Bloodletter on cooldown before using the Mage's Ballad. I always just click it. Just spam click it. Do that straight shot. Got another straight shot proc. Got another Raging Strikes proc. Bloodletter. Just keep spamming that. Just keep spamming the heavy shot. You're gonna use heavy shot about 95% of the time. 1% of the time you're gonna use your Raging Shot, your straight shot. Again, your dots, your straight shot, your Bloodletter is all mostly RNG. And besides that, you're just going to be spamming dots for multiple targets, or just a lot of heavy shots for a single target boss encounters.